What is going on, Z community? It's me, Azizz, and today we're going to be talking about how many credit cards you should have. The best option for you depending on these factors, and the reason as to why you're not subscribed to the channel yet. No guys, I'm being for real. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press that like button and share this video with your friends because you're going to find a lot of value with it. But without further ado, let's begin. Now, there are a couple of reasons as to why you would have a credit card in the first place. The first one being that you just want to boost your credit score up, or you want to take advantage of some specific benefit or rewards program. An example of this would be having a cashback card or having something that will give you points, just like an Air Miles card. But before we dive into these different types of benefits, I want to just say one thing. If your intention is to just simply use the credit card without taking advantage of the benefits that these cards give you, just keep your one card and stop watching the video. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching. This is me, Azizz, signing out. Yeah, just kidding. The rest of this video is for my Z community members who want to take advantage of credit cards and use them to the best of their abilities. Now that we've narrowed down to our Z community members, let's explore the two different roads that you can take with these credit cards. Now, if you're in it to boost your credit score, I would suggest waiting until the end of the video because there's actually a way that you can use the benefits while boosting your credit score at the same time. Now, the first type of benefit that you can get from a credit card are travel credit cards. These types of credit cards are geared towards people who like to travel often. They will usually give you points for spending on travel-related expenses. Now, keep in mind that these travel cards are known for their specific bonus offers. Now, using travel credit cards, there are really two main strategies that you can test out. The first one being credit card churning. Now, with credit card churning, you basically just open the credit card, use its benefits, and then close the card right after you're done using them. Now, some people actually just keep the cards and don't close them at all, and either way is okay. Usually, if you decide to go with this method, you'll have either 2 to 3 cards in rotation, or if you decide to keep them, you'll have anything more than 5 credit cards. For either method, I've actually seen people take off anywhere from $20 to $200 off of their air flights. And believe it or not, there are some people who just take them off and they travel for free. So maybe travel credit cards are something that you could look into if you're the type of person who likes to travel. The next type of credit card are points-based credit cards. These are the types of credit cards for whenever you spend, you get points that don't necessarily have a dollar value attached to them, but you can redeem them for things such as flights, gifts, or even just groceries. A perfect example of credit cards that are like this that you know of are PC Optimum cards or even Air Miles cards. Keep in mind that these cards also do come with bonus offers as well, where if you sign up for them for the first time, you can get like 10,000 Air Miles. Now, people usually get these cards because they already shop at these locations pretty frequently, so in their minds, they're like, you know what, why not? Personally, I'm not a fan of these types of credit cards. I'm more of a cashback guy. But if you're shopping at the place all the time, then why not get it and maybe get some money off your groceries from time to time. Now, if you do decide to get these cards, keep in mind that you'll have anywhere from 1 to 3 different credit cards, depending on how often you go to specific stores. For example, if you like to do grocery shopping all the time, you can get yourself the PC Optimum card. And last but not least, cashback credit cards. The name says it all. You basically get a percentage of cash back to you whenever you make purchases. Now, this is hands down one of my favorite types of credit cards out there because you basically get money for spending. And if you already have monthly expenses that you're going to pay anyway, why not make some extra cash from that? Now, taking advantage of these cards specifically is using those cashback bonus offers. I've seen some cards in the past that will give you anywhere from 5 to 10% for like the first couple of months just for spending your regular expenses. Keep in mind that in order to take full advantage of these types of credit cards, you want to make sure that this cashback is deposited into something like a savings account rather than having it credited back on your credit card. What I mean by this is, let's just say that you had 5% cashback and at the end of the month, you're supposed to get $25 back. Rather than it coming off of your credit card bill, it will actually be deposited into a savings account of some sort. Now, how many cards you'll end up having using this strategy really depends on your different expenses throughout the month. For example, if you have one credit card that'll give you 5% on all of your purchases, just stick with that one. But if you're in a situation where you have different cashback percentages with different cards for different expenses, you may end up having more than 3 and maybe up to 5. Now, we've discussed the different benefits that come along with having these credit cards, but how about when it comes down to boosting your credit score? This will really depend on how long you've been in the credit game for. For example, if you're early in your credit journey, aka anywhere between 1 and 4 years, you might want to open as many credit cards as you can. This will actually strengthen your credit score in the long run by affecting 4 out of the 5 different credit score factors. The first one being your utilization rate. It will decrease your utilization rate, which is a good thing. It'll factor in as new credit. It will increase your credit diversity if you already have different types of credit within your credit file, such as student loans, car loans, whatever the case may be. Now, keep in mind that your credit history may decrease, but not as significantly as someone who's had a lot of credit game. And this is why I say in your early stages, open up as many different lines of credit as possible, because it'll play out in the long run in your benefit. Now, if you've been in the credit game for a minute, not an actual minute, like 5 to 9 years, then I wouldn't really suggest going all wild and opening as many different credit lines as possible, because this is where you're going to get your credit history affected, along with a bunch of different factors as well. In this situation, I would analyze your current credit situation and then make your plays based off of that. For example, if you were to open a credit card every 6 months, you actually might find that your credit score will decrease, whereas somebody else with the same amount of years of experience as you may actually see their credit score increase. And that's why when it comes down to the credit game, everybody's situation is different and you must take your situation into consideration. If you best want to analyze your credit situation, I would recommend checking out our previous videos where we talk about the different credit score factors to get a better idea of what your scenario is. Now, lastly, if you're deep in the credit journey and have 9 years or more of experience, then I would be very cautious when opening new credit cards, because when it comes down to this, your credit score can actually take a huge hit, and you don't want that to happen whatsoever. Now, my advice to you in this situation is to also analyze your credit situation and then make a play based off of that. But you might be wondering at this point of time, is having a lot of credit cards a good thing or a bad thing? I can't really answer that, because at the end of the day, opening different lines of credits may actually positively or negatively influence your credit score, and it really depends on your situation once again. But ultimately, the general rule of thumb is that you should have 21 or more different types of credit in order to have an excellent score within the specific factor. So I'm going to say this one last time. Please make sure that you analyze your current credit situation before jumping into conclusions. If you're too lazy to do your due diligence, consult with a financial professional and then go based off of their opinion. Now, question of the day is, how many credit cards do you have and why did you decide to open up these credit cards? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now, remember the 3 major steps of success: liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notifications bell. Anyways, ZCommunity, thanks for watching. This is me, Azizz, signing out. Peace.